How can you be more engaging when you're communicating to people? Whether you're having a one-on-one conversation or you're publicly speaking to a large group, we all know what it's like when you look at the person that you're talking to and their eyes are glazing over. They don't look that interested. Maybe they're looking around. They're just looking for a reason to just get out of that conversation. Or perhaps you've felt this as well when someone's been talking to you and you've just been like, all right, this is really boring. I'm not interested. I need to get out of here. Well, how can you be the engaging person that people just don't want to get away from? And in fact, they're sucked into what you're talking about. That's what I'm going to attempt to explain to you today, right here, right now. All right, so a common mistake people make is they constantly use I statements. They're like talking about I and me and my and just constantly just talking about themselves in their story. And that can get really boring for the other person because they don't feel involved in it at all. The trick to make it more engaging is to use you statements and to really try and put the other person in the story and really make it relatable to them. I'm going to give you an example. So here's a really bad conversation. Let's say you wanted to know a little bit about me and my passion for BMX bike riding. Here we go. I'll tell you a terrible story. Here we go. Don't leave though. So I really like BMX. I love doing it. It just helps me clear my head. You know, after a stressful day, I love to just get out on my bike and head to Pukekohe. There's a great mountain bike track out there, which is also good for BMX bikes. And I just send it on the jumps. I love it. I love trying scary tricks for me, like 360s. Sometimes I'll try a backflip, Supermans. I just love doing tricks. It's something I've done for a long time, ever since I was a young kid, because my dad was a pro BMX rider and he got me bikes over the years. Even though we didn't have much money in the family, he still managed to rustle up some coin to get me the odd BMX. So I've always ridden bikes, and it's quite a solo sport, so I find it a lot more fun when I bring my friends into it and we just have a better time together. So yeah, so that's me and BMX. Right, so I hope you're still with me right now. Here is the same sort of story, but this time I'm going to try and hook you in a whole bunch more by using you statements and trying to put you in the story a whole bunch more. Even if you're not into BMX, this should make things a bit more engaging for you. Here we go. So I really love BMX. It's just so much fun. You know, I'm sure you got those hobbies that you just really look forward to doing. And for me, it's the adrenaline rush. Like, you've probably been in a car and it's gone really fast and you've been like, whoa, this is quick. And you know, that feeling you get in your stomach where you're just like, whoa, the adrenaline is cranking right now. Well, that's actually quite an addictive feeling. And that's what I crave sometimes. And I get that from riding my BMX bike. So I love to head out to Pukekohe. You might have been there. It's South Auckland. And they have this awesome mountain bike track, which is also great for BMX bikes. So if you've got a bike, a mountain bike BMX, definitely check it out. And it's got these great jumps, and I try all sorts of tricks like Superman's. You know Superman, how he does that. Well, that's what the trick's based on. So I do those. I do backflips, pretty self-explanatory. 360 spins, all sorts of tricks. And I just love it. It just freaks me out. And I do this because I was influenced by my parents. I'm sure your parents have influenced you in many ways of your life. And for me, it was that my dad got me into this sport. You know, we didn't have a lot of money in our family growing up, but what money we did have, Dad would sometimes, you know, hook me up with a bike. And I just really appreciated that a lot. It's one of the best things my dad did for me. And I just love it because it helps get me into this meditative state. You know, we all have these stressful days, you know, like a tough day at work, and you just feel a bit overwhelmed, and sometimes you just need that release. Well, I get that from riding my bike because it's so thrilling that it causes you to just focus on pulling off the trick. So there you go. That was me talking about BMX being more engaging because I actually wanted to pull you into the story. And that's why I was giving examples in there that I thought you could relate to. And I was saying you a whole lot. I was telling my story about me, but bringing it back to you, to hook you in. And you might have even felt during that story that every time I say you actually feel a little sort of pull. You feel like your engagement comes up a little bit more. Well, that's the trick right there. So I want to challenge you going into this week to really make an effort to draw the person in or the group of people in that you're talking to by sort of making the story a bit about them by saying you and giving little statements that they can relate to in the story. And you're going to be so much more engaging than if you just say I, me, and you're just fully yourself. Because that gets boring. Because people are not just interested in you, they're interested in them as well. So make it about them. So that's today's tip. Please like and subscribe if you got value from this video. It encourages me to make more of these videos for you. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.